Welcome to America News.
In what one analyst called an absolute repudiation of the President of the United States, Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones joined his players in taking a knee before the national anthem during last night's Monday Night Football broadcast. It was an almost startling image, as Jones, a well-known supporter of Donald Trump who has expressed opposition to protest during the anthem, his three children, head coach Jason Garrett, and the entire Cowboys team knelt in solidarity to affirm their rights to free speech and renewed the call for equality begun by Colin Kaepernick a year ago. Advertisement continue reading below this statement from America's team, which Jones apparently suggested to his players less than an hour before kickoff, was both a compromise and an unequivocal rejection of President Trump's rhetoric since Friday. The Cowboys did not kneel during the anthem, which some see as disrespectful to the flag and the armed forces. But they did kneel, which still sent some people off the wall, like, say, the President of the United States. The booing at the NFL football game last night, when the entire Dallas team dropped to its knees, was loudest I have ever heard. Great anger, Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump September 26, 2017 Advertisement continue reading below. Great anger. Remember when Trump and his pathetic surrogates said he was trying to unite the country? It's honestly unclear whether he's merely describing how much anger there was or giving it a positive review. Wasn't the only time he weighed in, but while Dallas dropped to its knees as a team, they all stood up for our national anthem. Big progress being mad. You all love our country. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump September 26, 2017 Advertisement continue reading below. Trump even admits the Cowboys did not disrespect the anthem or the flag. So why are he and others still upset? Does it maybe have something to do with the fact this group, primarily made up of people of color, would not be cowed into silence? Can we possibly infer that, in a true shocker, the problem that Trump and others have with the protests isn't that they disrespect the flag, but that they're happening at all? Jerry Jones and the Cowboys don't get it. It's not just about the anthem. We don't want you shoving your politics in our faces, period. Mark Pantano at the Mark Pantano September 26, 2017 That's the problem when your movement, like Trump's, is running on racial resentment and hemorrhaging support. The people who stick around have a habit of forgetting to use their inside voices. Take, for instance, the Pittsburgh area fire chief who decided to weigh in on Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, who is black. Advertisement continue reading below. Wow, Paul, thanks for checking in, and for laying bare the fact that a share of the opposition to the national anthem protests is inextricably linked to a virulent strain of racism. For future reference, your side is supposed to say black athletes who have earned large salaries are ungrateful, not directly use racial slurs. Smith, who is apparently slur-tweeting from vacation, quickly apologized after his community erupted in response. I am embarrassed at this. I want to apologize. I was frustrated and angry at the Steelers not standing the anthem. This had nothing to do with my fire department. I regret what I said. Gee, that's great. I'm sure it will assuage any people of color who live in the area you oversee. This wasn't the only development in the Steelers anthem protest, either. Alejandro Villanueva, an Army veteran who served multiple tours in Afghanistan, was the only Steeler who observed the anthem on the field, or at least in the mouth of the tunnel, as the rest of the team waited in the locker room as another kind of compromise protest. Villanueva was immediately held up by protest opponents as a hero, and sales of his jersey have skyrocketed in the days since. But Villanueva said Monday that it was all actually a mistake. Advertisement continue reading below. Unfortunately, I threw my teammates under the bus, unintentionally. Every single time I see the picture of me, standing by myself, I feel embarrassed. I made my teammates look bad, and that is my fault, and my fault only. We as a team tried to figure it out, but obviously butchered it. It was a very embarrassing part on my end. When everyone sees an image of me standing by myself, everybody thinks the team and the Steelers are not behind me, and that is absolutely wrong. It's quite the opposite. Apparently, the Steelers captains had planned to stand with Villanueva but were blocked on their way out, leaving viewers with the impression Villanueva had decided to counter-protest on his own. Ben Roethlisberger, one of those captains, stood with the team in the tunnel, a decision he regretted. Per a statement released Monday on his personal website, I was unable to sleep last night and want to share my thoughts and feelings on our team's decision to remain in the tunnel for the national anthem yesterday. The idea was to be unified as a team when so much attention is paid to things dividing our country, but I wish we approached it differently. We did not want to appear divided on the sideline with some standing and some kneeling or sitting. As a team, it was not a protest of the flag or the anthem. I personally don't believe the anthem is ever the time to make any type of protest. For me, and many others on my team and around the league, it is a tribute to those who commit to serve and protect our country, current and past, especially the ones that made the ultimate sacrifice. I appreciate the unique diversity in my team and throughout the league and completely support the call for social change and the pursuit of true equality. Moving forward, I hope standing for the anthem shows solidarity as a nation, that we stand united in respect for the people on the front lines protecting our freedom and keeping us safe. God bless those men and women. Advertisement continue reading below. And then there was Eric Nikisha, who has been a stadium worker for the Buffalo Bills for 30 years until Sunday. Nikisha told local WGRZ that he could not tolerate the protest. He waited until the national anthem ended. I took off my shirt, threw my Bills hat on the ground, walked out during the national anthem. The song that is about our country, our veterans that fight and die for us. It's just something I feel you should disrespect that way. I believe people have the right to protest. I just don't believe that's the proper venue for it. I will never step foot in the place again. I will never watch an NFL football game again until this ends. Advertisement continue reading below. This is a fair statement of principle, and Nikisha is well within his rights to make it. In fact, it takes courage and conviction for him to give up his income and a major part of his life for something he believes in. That said, a photo of Nikisha was provided and a few of Twitter's more mischievous users pointed out his t-shirt violates the U.S. flag code. U.S. flag code chapter 10.176 DTHE flag should never be used as wearing apparel, bedding, or drapery. Kid Wonder. This is Kid Wonder, September 25, 2017. Advertisement continue reading below. But while Nikisha may have more of a problem with certain examples of disrespect towards the flag than others, he, like many these days, can say one thing at least: he behaved with more dignity and principle than the president. Meanwhile, Nick Wright of Fox Sports 1 drove home the problem with all this posturing over the national anthem. It completely misses the point. As Wright put it, any headline that reads, "NFL players protest anthem," is wrong. They are not protesting the anthem. They are protesting the police shootings of unarmed black men. As others have said, if you think Kaepernick is protesting the anthem, then you must think Rosa Parks was protesting public transportation. The vehicle, literal or otherwise, one uses for protest is not the subject of the protest. It is a means to bring attention to the protest, which targets a far larger and more consequential social and political issue. The attempt to reframe this as an assault on the anthem, or the flag, or the armed forces, is a disingenuous effort to avoid talking about racial injustice in policing, which is all Colin Kaepernick wanted when he first began his silent protest.